Hey everybody! I just got back from Singapore and I had a great time with Dancing with Friends 2015. A lot of people were interested in me making a short demonstration of how Dance Lab works, so this is the unofficial video for Dance Lab. So to begin with, you click on Dance Lab. The icon comes when you first open Dance Lab. You're going to have to choose a song. I'm just going to push the Songs button, and then I'm going to go with the song that my choreography team is practicing with right now. Now, for demonstration purposes, I'm not going to be playing the music with sound to avoid any copyright issues, but I assure you that Dance Lab plays sound when you are using it. To begin with, let's look at the various buttons that we have here. Let's start with the bottom button on the left-hand side. That's the camera toggle button. That'll toggle you from the front and back camera. So by pushing the button, it gives you the options of the front camera or the back camera. The front camera is already selected, so let's go ahead and push the back camera. Okay, and the back camera loads and a number appears. That's actually a countdown timer, which I'll discuss later on. Okay, so that's how you switch. Now, if you flip the camera, so if I rotate the camera to the other direction, switch how the camera takes, it needs a couple seconds to reload what you were looking at. So I'll back. Okay. Now I always use Dance Lab mounted to a tripod, and I usually have a fisheye lens that I use when I'm taking photographs or video with my choreography team. So when the music is playing, you have the ability to record video or take pictures simultaneously. You'll never have to have someone holding your camera again, provided that you have a tripod and provided that you have a fisheye lens, depending on how big your team is and how close you train to them. Okay, so let's move to the right-hand side button where you're going to see the musical note. That's the music selection button. If you push that button, it brings up the options of what songs you want to have. So I'm just push the Tavas song again. From here on out, it will save that song and it will load that song every single time that you turn on Dance Lab until you change it. Okay, now the next button is the play button. So a thing to know about the play button is that it's dependent upon the rate or the rest time that's right here. This rest time is the countdown time. So when you push the play button, if I set the rest time for 5 seconds, which is 5 seconds, when I push the play button, it's going to count down for 5 seconds, or when it reaches the end of the song, at the end of the time that you've selected for the song, it will then again start playing the music. For short demonstration purposes, let me show you how this works. So this is your scroll bar. This is your music position. You can adjust that while the music's playing or while it's stopped. But let's just say, for the sake of discussion, that I want to set it, I want to loop music from 0 seconds to 10 seconds intervals, okay? Maybe there's a piece of choreography that's in the beginning of the song that's a lot of hard footwork, and I just want to practice it over and over again. So I've set it for 5 second rest time, so 5 second countdown time. And when I push the play button, there'll be a 5 second countdown, and then the music will start. Now, again, the music isn't going to start for us because I'm avoiding copyright issues. When it reaches the 10-second mark, the music's going to stop. It's going to reset at the 0 second point, and then the 5 second countdown timer is going to begin all over again. And it will just keep going and going until you stop. Okay. You can adjust the music at any position that you want, to any position you want, any start position using the left circle, the thumb, or you can, where you want the music to end, you will use the right slider thumb. Okay. Now, a thing to note is when you hit the pause button will stop the music where it's at. And when you hit the play button again, it'll do a 5 second countdown timer. and then it will start the music precisely where it stopped when you hit the pause button. It's quite useful to know that if you hit the reset button, that's the far right one with the circular arrow, that's where it's going to take you back to the start position that you have set for it. Okay? All right, so the rates will change the percentage of the music speed from 75% all the way to 125% if you wish it. Okay? I usually, depending on the song or the music, I like to do it at 100%, but when you're first learning at 75% is great. Okay, now let's say, so I have it set up on my tripod, and now I'm practiced it, and now I'm ready to take the videos with my choreography team. Well, we'll have to activate the video. The default when you start Dance Lab is for it to take no video and no photos. That's just to ensure that you don't mistakenly waste a lot of memory. To turn the video function on to record videos when the music is played, you hit the upper left photo gallery button that's here. You have an option that comes up. You can save video and photos to the photo library. Would you like to select both? That's both video and photos, or none of the above. Well, let's just push the video button. So when we push the video button, it's now ready to take video. So how does this work? So, well, let's just change the time from, let's do short bursts, okay? So I want to record video numerous times from 0 second to 7.1 seconds. And I want to do it at a 2 second countdown time. So I'll hit the reset button, which it will start the music at 0. I'll hit the play button. It'll count down to 2 seconds, and then it'll start playing the music, and it'll go to 7.1 seconds of the music. That's 7.1 seconds of the music, not depending on rate, so it actually will be much shorter if your rate is much faster. Okay, so I've just recorded a couple times, and then what I'll do is I'll stop it right here, and as soon as I've stopped it, the videos are saved. Okay, so to look at your videos, all you have to do is go in and go into your photos, and here they are. Here's the 7 seconds that I've recorded. So we're not going to be able to see much for this one because this is my unofficial video. So I did a 7 second, then I stopped it early at the 6 seconds. Okay, so let's go ahead and then start Dance Lab. And in this particular time, I would like to, instead of taking video, I want to take photos. Now, photos are a great option because with choreography teams, when you go to the Latin festivals, there's always the professional photographers there. And there's always the photos where people are not looking in the right direction, or they're not pointing correctly. And it's because they haven't trained properly. To use this app properly, or to train properly, you can use this app to hit the points and the breaks in the music. So how do you set the breaks in the music? Well, first off, what's happened here? 2 buttons have appeared. You've got the clock button that has that number 1 in the green circle. And then you have a circle that appeared on the photo gallery, which has a 0. The photo that is, the number that's in the clock button, that's the number of times that you have selected. By default, when you start Dance Lab, there's a 0 second, which doesn't actually do anything. You can clear it by doing one of 2 things. You can slide it to the, you can go onto the table view and slide it to the left, and you can delete it, or you can push the clock button, which will delete all times in the table view. So there's a huge table view here that can save as many times as you wish to set for it. So first off, let's go ahead and let's just delete it by sliding it to the left and pushing the delete button. Now then, how do you add times? Well, you add times by first playing the music, and then you're going to, I'm just going to adjust the length of the time. And then you're going to want to listen to the music, and you're going to hit the plus button whenever there's a musical break. For our demonstration purposes, let's set it that there's 3 breaks that we want to practice in the first 20 seconds of music. So 5 seconds, somewhere around 5 seconds, somewhere around 10 seconds, and somewhere around 15 seconds. I'll hit the play button. But first, I find it's really easy to do it by first, I slow the music down. And this will help me. When you hit the plus button, that's when the times are going to be added. So I'm just going to wait for it to get to around the 5-second mark. So right there. And then I'll do it for the 10-second mark. So right there. And then I'll go and hit it at the 15-second mark. And these are their imaginary mark times. Okay. So I'll just go ahead and stop the music there. Okay. So you might notice that a 2 appears. That's the camera has actually taken photos during those times and stored them. But okay, so let's go ahead and I hit the reset button, which starts the time over again, and then I'll hit the play button. So from this point forward, whenever you hit the play button, whenever you get to 5.2 seconds, 10.1 seconds, or 15.1 seconds, that's when photos are going to be taken. So for demonstration purposes, let's just set the countdown time to 0 so that we can get going right off the bat. So it clears it. So when we get to 5 seconds, it should take a picture. At 10.1 seconds, it'll take a picture. And I have it really slow. And 15.1, it will also take a picture. Okay, and you notice it's taken a picture because the numbers have appeared in the photo gallery button. So that 3 there is how many pictures were taken during the playtime. The clock button, the 3 there represents how many times you have that will take pictures at. So that's all these times. That's these 3 times that are in the table view. By pushing the clock button, you can erase every single time that's in the table view. I'll go ahead and do that right now. All right. So to view these pictures, let's go ahead and go into the photos, and then here we'll have several photos because we took a couple. Pretty sure, but here they are. These are the times that we did. Now, because I have it mounted on a tripod, it doesn't move, so differences that are in there are due to differences in your dancing. All right, so I hope this short little demonstration has been helpful and useful. I will be coming out with a more professional version, but for now, I just wanted to demonstrate version 1.3, which will be available in early January of 2016. Currently, there's a version 1.2, which doesn't allow for the camera to change from front to back, nor will it rotate. Oh, I also wanted to show you a nifty little option too. If you put your finger on the screen and slide it from the right onto the left, you will come up with the song and the group that plays the song. This is useful in those bright situations where you can't see the buttons in the background. So this is just a nice little trick that I use to see the buttons. So if I want to clear this blur away, I'll just go from the left to the right, and voila. All right, so I'm just going to change it back to the front. I hope this demonstration was useful. I really enjoy using this dance app. My choreography team uses this dance app, and I know you'll just love it. Thank you for your time, and I really hope that you enjoy Dance Lab app.